Hi. I'm so sorry.
How did you learn to do the talking thing?
I don't know. Mama, Dada, honey, you pick it up.
Jerry Seinfeld is back, and this time around, he's found a new cast of characters to play with.
Thinking bee, thinking bee.
The first major project since his award-winning television show, Jerry Seinfeld brings his singular comedic vision as writer, producer, and the voice of Barry B. Benson in DreamWorks B-Movie.
Allow what?
Talking to a bee.
Anyway.
And the bee is talking to me.
With some help from his friends, Renee Zellweger, Matthew Broderick,
What?
and Chris Rock,
Bees hang tight.
Wow, we're all jammed in there. It's a close community.
Jerry Seinfeld has certainly given audiences something to buzz about.
Keeper, I find that to be a very interesting term. I don't imagine you employ any bee-freers, do you? It's hard for me as a comedian sometimes to do other people's material. So I felt like if I was going to do something, it should really be something that I think of and that I could really develop on my own.
How did you get mixed up in all this?
I had dinner with Steven Spielberg.
That's just a rumor.
I was thinking about this idea, and I said, what about a movie about bees called Bee Movie? And he got very excited. He said, that's a great idea. I love that title. And the next thing I knew, they had me doing it. Do these look like rumors? It is true. I really didn't have an idea for the movie. All I had was the title.
I think getting Jerry to do this movie was an amazing coup. Jeffrey Katzenberg was hounding him for 12 years, I think, and finally Jerry agreed.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe one more complete rotation there, just at the bottom. I didn't really know anything about how these movies are made. I had to learn the whole thing, and Jeffrey Katzenberg taught me everything. I know how to write funny things, but I had no idea what to do, and he put me through this crash course of here's how you make one of these movies, and then he pushed me to make it myself. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good thought.
I don't think there's ever been a major talent like Jerry Seinfeld who has been as involved with an animated movie as he has been.
That's great.
Every little detail of this movie has been influenced by Jerry and his sensibilities, and that creates that Seinfeld stamp, which I think is on the movie and is on every single frame in the movie.
Bees are funny. If we didn't laugh, we'd cry with what we have to deal with.
Jerry Seinfeld obviously is a lot of fun to work with. He's funny, which is good. It's a good start.
Whoa, heads up, here we go. I play Barry B. Benson. It's me, I'm Barry, it's just me. I don't like to venture too far from who I am. He talks like me, he acts like me, thinks like me. I'm Barry. Oh, Dad, you surprised me.
Have you decided what you're interested in, son?
Well, there's a lot of choices.
But you only get one.
I'm a college graduate who is looking for something to do. He's just not quite sure where he fits in.
That blew my mind.
So we graduate, and 5 minutes later, I have to decide what I want to do for the rest of my life?
You have got to start thinking bee, my friend.
Matthew Broderick plays Adam, Barry's best friend, and Adam is the exact opposite of Barry. Adam is very happy to live the bee way, not challenge the system. He loves the idea of working in honey for the rest of his life, and he doesn't really care what job he takes.
Can anyone work on the Krellman?
Every bee knows his role, and so as soon as somebody upsets the apple cart, it's a terribly dangerous thing for bees.
I'm gonna shack up with a grasshopper, get a gold tooth, and start calling everybody dog.
Look, Barry, you're crazy. You're doing something crazy.
I want everything to stay the same, and Barry wants to try things differently.
Stand back. These are winter boots.
Wait! Don't kill him! Why does his life have any less value than yours? I play Vanessa, the florist, who happens upon little Barry B and saves his life. Everybody's determined on squashing him with a boot sole, and she will have none of it. She liberates him.
She saved my life. I gotta say something. Oh, I can't do it. Come on, do it. Yes, no. What'd I say? You like jazz?
I had done an animated feature before, and I enjoyed the experience so much. And they said that, you know, Mr. Seinfeld would like to speak to you about Vanessa and B-Movie. And we chatted on the phone, and I immediately liked him. And I thought this could be a lot of fun.
Renee is somebody who is a big fan of Jerry's, and I think she loved the role. And she herself is such a great comedian, and she's got a little bit of quirkiness in her that was perfect for our character, Vanessa.
I like you. Bees have good qualities.
I can see Renee befriending a bee in her off time.
I'm sure this is very disconcerting.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bit of a surprise to me. I mean, You're a bee.
It's one of my favorite lines in the movie that Renee has is that she says to someone, he's the nicest bee I've met in a long time.
Yeah, it's ruined it for me, you know, for other bees for the most part. But one can hope.
Well,
I met someone.
you met someone? Was she bee-ish?
Being a human, well, for obvious reasons, what good could come of that relationship as far as Adam is concerned?
You're flying outside the hive. You're talking to human beings that attack our homes with power washers and M80s.
She's a florist.
Oh, no. You're dating a human florist.
Hello, bee.
Vanessa's boyfriend is Ken, played by Patrick Warburton. I remember you, Timberland, size 10.5.
Why does he talk again?
And when she develops his friendship with the bee, he becomes very threatened. Even though he's a big, strong, handsome guy, this little bee totally unnerves him.
You know I'm allergic to them. This thing could kill me. Ken and Vanessa are an item, right? And somebody has sort of come between the two of them. A bee. Yeah, Vanessa's a new friend, and so Ken's not happy at all about that, because they're getting a little bit too close.
Ken, Barry was looking at your resume, and he agreed with me that eating with chopsticks isn't really a special skill.
You think I don't see what you're doing?
Jerry always intended Patrick Warburton to play the role because he had worked with Patrick as Putty in the Seinfeld show, and I think when he was creating that character of Ken as kind of like a foil to Barry, he always had Patrick in the back of his head that he was going to play it.
Why is yogurt night so difficult? Jerry just likes to, you just want to make me yell.
I do, I love it.
Bee! I prefer sugar-free, artificial sweeteners made by man! Oh, that bee is living my life!
Patrick really makes me laugh really hard.
I tried to call, but the battery.
Everything he says just makes me laugh, and then I can't stop laughing. And I'm not known for having good self-control. Even in my TV show, you can see I'm starting to laugh half of the time. If I think something's funny, I can't not laugh. But Ken, there's something about this character, Ken. I think it's the funniest thing that Patrick has done. And in a career of doing a lot of very funny things.
She's 81.
Honey, her backhand's a joke. I'm not gonna take advantage of that.
Just keep still.
What?
I'm going to Alaska. Moose blood. Crazy stuff. Blows your head off. Moose blood's one of these guys he just kind of bumps into from time to time. You know those people you just bump into? No real reason. Oh no! It's a wiper! Triple blade! Triple blade! Jump on! It's your only chance, B! We never really worked on anything together, so I thought that was cool, that these two guys with such different comedic sensibilities could get together. You try to get mosquitoes to build a hive. Watch it happen.
Here's to a great team.
To a great team.
It's a great bunch of people we got together.
Well, if it isn't the B team.
I love it.
We have Kathy Bates and Barry Levinson. They're two crazy bee parents.
Oh, Barry, stop.
They're a little upset with him, and they constantly ask him, why are you not acting bee-ish?
Where are you going?
I'm meeting a friend.
I just hope she's bee-ish.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Leighton T. Montgomery, the mouth from the south, he's played by John Goodman.
Talking bee. How do we know this isn't some sort of holographic motion picture capture Hollywood wizardry?
He's that classic, slightly corrupt Southern lawyer who, likes to talk about God and uses words like woman.
For all we know, he could be on steroids.
We are the envy of the insect world.
My character in Bee Movie is Trudy, and she is the tour guy at Hunex.
Welcome to Hunex, a division of Hunesco and a part of the Hexagon Group.
I did not do any research. Can you imagine? Yeah, I did research. I went to like a beekeeping farm.
Woo!
And lived there for 6 weeks in preparation for my one scene.
All of you, hit those flowers!
That's great.
The head of the Pollen Jocks is named Lulu Duca, and he's played by Rip Torn, who is absolutely perfect casting for it.
You guys did great. You're monsters. You're sky freaks. I love it. I love it.
All right, give it to me, come on.
And Ray Liotta also makes an appearance in the movie as one of these celebrities have these little food boutique things that they do. This isn't a good fella. This is a bad fella.
I enjoy what I do. What can I say? I'm a people person.
There's an equivalent of Larry King in the B world called B. Larry King.
You know they have a Larry King in the human world, too.
It's a common name.
He's very Larry King-ish, as Barry observes.
Next week on B. Larry King.
No, I mean, he looks like you, and he has a show with suspenders and different colored dots behind him.
Larry Miller, who is also, I think, one of Jerry's oldest friends. They've known each other since the days he started off in comedy.
Restroom attendant's always open, and not for the reason you think.
I play Mr. Buswell of Hunex Corporation, which is very silly and a lot of fun. And I think it's very funny.
Well, whenever a bee dies, that's an opening. See that? He's dead. Dead. Another dead one. Dead from the neck up, dead from the neck down. But that's life.
It's funny. And frankly, what is Jerry gonna do that's not funny? And yeah, they got a bunch of good group of knuckleheads together for this, you know?
Humans. I can't believe you were with humans. Giant, scary humans. What were they like?
Huge and crazy. Talking crazy. Eating crazy giant foods. They drive around real crazy.
In feature films particularly, we tend to record actors on their own, but with this we've recorded Jerry with Matthew and Jerry with Renee, and there's material that's come from those sessions which could never have been scripted.
I knew you could do it! High five! You can kind of indulge those moments of just appreciating the humor as it spills, and let me tell you, it's spilling all over the place in here. Read.
Yeah.
Gimme.
Well, first we do the scene the way it's written, and then once we have that, we usually just say, let's just try and do it now as if we're just talking, and we see what happens. And a lot of that has ended up in the movie.
Well, I've been sucking the blood of humans this long, it's about time I got paid for it. It's fun to ad-lib, and it's also fun to be getting directed. There's always a period where you don't trust that person. Because you don't know, you're like, okay, I haven't seen you be funny before, but, you know, I'm looking at the master right there, and it's like, he says, do it this way, I'm like, all right. Take it down, okay. You know, I trust you.
Why are my clothes so tight? Before my head blows up, I got it. For the most part, you end up working by yourself in studios, and this has just been so much fun, because every time you come in, Jerry is there, and you're working with Jerry, and it's a bit surreal, you know, just playing back and forth. It's great fun.
We all had this idea when we first started of what this film should be, and it's actually as good as we wanted it to be.
I guess that's why they say we don't need vacations.
One time they asked me what was the thing I liked least about working on a B movie, and that was simple as knowing that someday this is going to end. Because Jerry Seinfeld is truly one of the most wonderful collaborators I've ever worked with.
That's very funny.
Yeah, bees are funny. We are professional fun havers.
Yeah,
that is our job.
That's right. And we're available on Saturdays between
1 and 5.
What happened here?
I tried to talk to them, but there was a dustbuster, a toupee, a life raft exploded. Now one's bald, one's in a boat, and they're both unconscious.
Is that another bee joke?
You can't take for granted what it means to be involved in something good.
Oh, don't mess with the bees.
You know, work with the best, and Jerry Seinfeld is the best.
Sorry I'm late. There was a ladybug in my spot.
That's funny. That's good.
Well, he's a very sweet guy, got a stinging sense of humor, and, he's just a honey of a fella.
Hi, Bee.
It's his comic sensibility and perspective that made his show, you know, so fun and wonderful, you know, all those years. And now he's doing it with the exploited bee. And so it's fun.
Barry, we did it!
I love it. I love it. I'm the biggest fan of the movie.
Yes! No, high five!
I have to sit there and hold my hand over my mouth because I want to just laugh out loud. It really makes me laugh. It's completely silly.
Mama's little boy.
You can just start packing up, honey, because I believe you're about to eat it!